We haven't got anyone arrived yet. I think it shares automatically, doesn't it? But hello, Cara. Happy full moon to you. Full flower moon.
So glad to be here. It feels good. It feels like a good moon energy.
Does, doesn't it? I don't really notice getting sapped like a lot of people do. I just sort of go on a learning
Mm.
curve or something. But how does the full moon
Right.
affect you?
I see events in my life as far as like the season of my life, events start to happen. So let's say building up to a full moon, a lot of things have come to fruition. And then, oh, hey, Maria. Maria says hello.
Hello, I can see. Yes. Hello, welcome to our full flower moon. So Cara's been feeling the energy, haven't you? A bit of hectic energy?
Maybe a bit. Maybe a bit. Yeah, you'd know better about the gods. Like it's definitely hey Jewel, hey Chasing Dawn. Um yeah, it's a suspenseful kind of build up and then I kind of feel um the wind down, like the wind up for a full moon and a wind down for the new moon for me anyway.
When do you start getting the wind up for full moon?
Maybe like 4 days before.
Yeah, I say the same actually.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then going out the other side, are we talking another 4 days after?
Um, I would say two. Like it usually maybe 2 days to kind of like release that. But I understand that you said that it makes a lot of sense because like the full moon is almost like a day and a half on either side of the actual full moon, and so it would be around 3 days. Yeah, for sure.
Wolf Status Ricardo Vargas. I hope I pronounced that. Thank you for your donation. Well, let me write you on a list. I'm just going to get a pen and paper and we will do you a personal reading. But I think Cara is going to open us up and cleanse us with her lovely meditation and her crystal bowl.
I love these bowls. They're like magic to me. They are.
Would you like to ground us and protect us and get us going then?
Ground and protect, as Sarah always says and is always in her videos. And we're gonna get into a comfortable spot, whether you're sitting or lying down, that's fine. Just gonna take a deep cleansing breath. And then out, just releasing everything from the day so far. All right, beautiful souls. I'm so glad you're here. And with that other deep breath, we're going to take another one in, okay? So we're going to deep breathe in through our nose as deeply as we can. We're going to sit with that for just a moment. And we're going to breathe out. We're going to take a moment to fully arrive here with each other, fully into this space. We're grounded into love, into presence, and to divine connection with each other, with the earth, and with love itself. And as you take in this sound, imagining it washing over you in waves after waves of peace, still breathing as you are, dissolving any stress, any tension, bringing you into full alignment with love. Yeah. Now, if you'd like, you can place your hand over your heart, one on your heart, actually, and one on your belly. Feel the rise and the fall of your breath as you inhale deeply through your nose and just pause for a few seconds. And then softly breathe out with a sigh. We're going to do that again through your nose deeply. Pausing and breathing out with a sigh. We're expanding into our heart space and slowly releasing with each and every breath. Letting go of anything that does not serve us. And as you just breathe normally or deeply as you will, you are more than welcome to say these affirmations out loud or to yourself. Say, I am open to love. I am safe to receive love. I am love, and love is me. As we deeply breathe and continue to be in this space together, feel those words sink into every soul of your being. Feel the love flowing within you, around you, and through you, together and separately, and one with love. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to take one final deep breath in through our nose together, holding this and feeling that love expanded within us just a little bit longer. And we're going to exhale. And we're imagining ourselves sending out love to the world, knowing what you give is what you receive. Keep breathing. Stay a moment longer locked into this love, this moment, this feeling. And when you're ready, you bring your awareness back. Open your eyes if they're closed, feeling refreshed and aligned and deeply loved. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Inappropriate messages. So
Okay,
I don't know how
thank
to make
you.
you moderator yet, but I'm going to try and be on top of it and delete anything inappropriate. So I will work out how to make you a moderator next time we get together.
Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'm already a moderator. Maybe that's why you can't do it. And so if something pops up, I'll try it. And then if not, yeah, maybe.
Okay, but I think we should go back to Wolf Status Ricardo Vargas and pull some cards for him. But first of all, shall we do the collective first?
Please, let's do that. That's lovely.
Okay, so everybody ground. And I'm using an unusual deck today that I've been drawn to. It is a deck called Desert Rites by, and excuse my French pronunciation, it's come out of Canada, Le Vietate Co-Publishing, and you can get this over on Instagram. Yana Santalive, I think her name is.
Beautiful.
So, and Cara, what are you using? You're using a beautiful moon deck.
My one of my favorites, the Queen of the Moon Oracle.
Right then, let's do a little shuffle, and we are going to pull one out for everybody who watches this video, whether you're here right now or whether you watch it on catch up. So I'm going to get everybody to blow on my deck for the collective. So this is not just for you, this is for everyone. Okay. Now, what does everyone need to know from the Desert Rites deck right now? A rebirth. Look at that, a great fire cleansing card. So I am going to go ahead and light a little candle here, and I'm going to cleanse you all with some beech wood. Whilst Cara gets her cards out, and I think every moon stage, and there are 4 moon phases, don't forget. Full moon, dark moon, and new moon. There's one more somewhere that I've missed out. But every phase is good for cleansing. So
Oh, those are my favorite.
lovely, aren't they? And this is a Seaside Neroli. So I'm just gonna get Cara to read, and I'm just gonna start cleansing everyone when this catches on fire.
I love this card because it's actually a lunar god card. It's the masculine card. It's a Yeah, for sure. So I don't know if you can see that very well. I wish it there wasn't such a glare, but it's the masculine card. And so it's a full moon card, which full moon. And I don't know if you remember, we pulled a lot of new moon cards, like actually specific dark moon cards last time, and I love that. But it's got every phase of the moon, and it's got 2 staffs here, and I'm really going to read this because I really love this card, but it's the masculine side of um, it would be the opposite of the Queen of the Moon. So let's be the masculine card. So it's about stepping forward and leading, really, kind of in our masculine energy. It's creating, right? It's being a leader and knowing you have the power in yourself, and it's time to formally kind of learn more, enroll in classes, do more skills. It's really great that this is with the rebirth card, because it's actually rebirth, and then we're taking that rebirth and we're using our own power, our own masculinity to masculine sides of ourselves to create, we have protection in this. It's a protector card. That's where the staffs come in. And it's about protecting ourselves and others, in some cases. And it's there is an affirmation I really like. May the positive attributes of your masculine align with you, because there's always, um, positive and not so positive things we can kind of work on. But this is to really own your power and know that you have the strength inside to take that rebirth that Sarah drew, and to build off of that. And sometimes when we rebirth, we need like a stage of like setting. This doesn't feel like that. This full moon kind of birthed us from the dark moon. Because if we remember the new moon that we pulled with Sarah was a lot of introspection. There was a lot of looking inside, a lot of rest and this rebirth that she just pulled for the collective with this masculine side of ourselves, of the creation and protection and the gumption to really kind of keep going. This is a really, really great sign. Like I love this because for me personally, it speaks to me. So I love the fact that it's the collective as well. So
Like how at this time of year we are getting dynamic. Our masculine energy is wanting us to be active and do things. And so many times the moon is seen as feminine. I feel sorry. The men get left out, don't they?
yeah. Mhm. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. That's a lovely looking card. Right. Let's move down to wolf status order. And then you can all start shouting out for readings, people. So, wolf status, would you like to blow on the decks? Make sure I'm not setting anything on fire. Okay. So, what does wolf status mean?
Ooh.
A seed. Planting those seeds, getting those ideas ready for planting. It is prime optimum planting now. I know this because I work in grow food for people, and all those little seeds are starting to germinate and root down. As they reach up, they reach down as well. So if you've got anything going on, any plans that you're thinking about, wolf status, then I should think now is the time to move forward with those. And let's see what Cara pulls to go with this card.
Actually pulled two cards, and this one has actually fallen out twice, but I'll come back to this one. It's the full moon, it's the wolf moon, it's the hunger moon. It's number 29, but again, this card is also a very masculine card. It's like a wolf card, like they're known to be cunning and like pack animals and they're leaders and things like that. And the full moon, which again is really cool. We're pulling it for that now that we're in a full moon. But there's two dogs or two wolves inside of you. Which one are you gonna feed? Kind of thing. This is what always speaks to me in this with this card. Are you going to feed like the hope, the faith, the trust, the overcoming, the resilience? Or are you going to feed like the fear base, like the guilt, the shame, the anger? It's about taking um which one are you going to feed? Which one are you going to become? Because that which you I always have analogies of gardens. So whatever you water grows. And so whatever you feed, you become kind of thing. So this is what always speaks to me of this card. But this dark moon, again, like this darkness moon, I think this is a reminder of where we were and where we are now, in my personal opinion. And so you're like again, we were talking about um the introspection of the darkness, the long night moon. You could be coming out of that into this, along with the collective card that Sarah pulled, like the new birth, the rebirth. This is just for me anyway, speaking about this particular reading, going off of the collective. I think this is a really cool duality because they're both again full moons, but in completely different cycles. But this cycle, this says it's time to do, it's time to overcome, it's time to make something happen and be that leader.
And his name is Wolf.
Oh my god!
So, wolf status, you need to go out tonight and start howling at the moon, my friend.
I'm telling you what, that was so good. I missed that totally. I love
You
it.
keep freezing, by the way, Cara. So I'll pick it up if you freeze for a while. Right, okay. I'm looking at Maria Poppins, who would love a card reading for this full moon. Okay, so blowing the cards, Maria. And what does Maria need to know now. And we have a beautiful picture of a hand being held up with a eye drawn on it, and it says establishing personal boundaries. So that is the evil eye that people would give to each other, isn't it, in the old days? So, Maria, I don't know if you feel that people are sort of encroaching on your space, or if you've had something happening around. I would reaffirm your boundaries. It could be that as you work spiritually, your vibration raises, so you actually need a better protection and better grounding. But you could work with that eye, couldn't you, as well? I forget which way. One faces one way means happiness, and the other way, I'm going to turn it upside down. I don't know which ones, you'll have to look, but the other one means war and one means peace. But I forget which way round they are. So get your protection up, work on your boundaries, learn to say no to people. Really hard to do, isn't it? You know, we are people pleasers, but you know, take some time and please yourself. So establishing those boundaries, reaffirming, adding some other layer to your protection. And I'm going to hand that over to Cara now.
Thank you. This is actually perfect card because it's the peace card. You're protecting your peace and the boundaries, right? Like the peace of mind, is really one of our greatest gifts. And you have to protect that with boundaries, right? And so, it's about refusing drama. And like you don't have to necessarily freely engage with everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like you can protect your energy, you can protect your inner peace, it's precious to us, stop fighting yourself if that's what if you're feeling drawn to these people that are energy suckers, or like you just feel like you need to, pull into yourself or whatnot just to have that peace. That's what we do. We're doing it. And allowing yourself to rest. And there's an affirmation you can use. It says, I choose to create and hold peace. I allow this to ripple throughout into my world. And again, this may be something that you may have struggled with, because if we go along with um, the rebirth card that we started with, and then Sarah's card for you for the boundaries to get your peace, this might be something that's a kind of a trail card. Because a lot of times when I'm speaking with love or guide or Gaia or whatever you associate with, there's always a trail. So it's like we're starting with Sarah's pull, the card pull, and then we're going off of yours. And this is a beautiful representation of what we can see in your life and what might be with this full moon that you're looking at. And for the next 2 weeks, we've got like the new moon, which is I call it a cutting moon. It's not necessarily a term that everyone uses, but like where sometimes you can see things cut away. So if you are setting boundaries, and if you can see that maybe coming up in the future.
Thank you. I'm just writing names down, and I'm going to say hello to Lisa from Oceanic Reiki. Hello, Lisa. I will
Hi,
get to you in a
Lisa.
minute. So, Maxine Godfrey would like a card as well. So I'm just going to quickly shuffle. If Cara's ready before me, she can go. Go on the cards, Maxine. And what does Maxine need to know now? Maxine, elevation. Didn't you two sing a song called Elevation? Going upwards. Things are going upwards for you. Look at all those stairs to climb. There are little doorways that you can investigate on the way. So don't feel you have to go all the way up in one go. Make sure that if you are working on your spirituality, or you're working on a job or a project, you take those breaks. Sometimes we can go too far too fast. So make sure you're elevating yourself at a correct rate for you. Take the time out when you need to reground and reprotect if you need to. But it looks like things are going upwards, elevation. So I don't know if you've been feeling a little bit lightheaded. If you've been feeling a little bit lightheaded or headachy or sick when you do spiritual work, it is because you are not grounding enough. So like the person before with the boundaries, add an extra layer of grounding, add something else to protection as well, and climb those stairs and elevate yourself and your mindset. I'm going to leave that with Cara now.
Beautiful balance card. So it means probably that as we're elevating, we just need a little balance, almost like what Sarah said. It's about taking breaks, having that grounding, and you know, extremes in anything are like really helpful or useful. And I think Sarah kind of, tapped that. But it's about grounding yourself, allowing your strength to rise from there, and being aware if there is anything that maybe you need to let go because you are elevating. Maybe you need to let go of something or just take breaks. That's kind of like what I'm picking up from this card. And there's an affirmation. It says, "I seek and maintain healthy balance in my life."
Look at all that juggling she's doing with her head, with all those, it's like a mobile of moon phases, isn't it? Hello, Lamont. Another one of my students. Everybody's here today. Right, okay. So who's next on the list? Maxine, who? Okay, Lisa from Oceanic Reiki, a friend of mine. I'm going to say Lisa D. Are you Lisa D? Because I've got lots of Lisas. If she's still there, just say yes or no so I know it's Lisa I'm speaking to. Blow on the cards, Lisa. Okay. What does Lisa need to know now? Okay, Lisa. Lots of love to you, my darling. Transcendence for you, my dear. Bit of a difficult word that, isn't it? Transcending. What does it actually mean? Sort of coming up and out and open, sort of, it's another elevating yourself, transcending yourself. Now, I know Lisa's had a lot to cope with in the last week. Things are on the way up, and I bet you have really shone your light in the family, haven't you? I have a feeling they all kind of rely on you a little bit. But you asked for help, we gave it in the group, and it worked. So you stepped out, you asked, and your family member felt it happen, didn't she? So that is transcendence as well. So remember, people, if you join up healing with other healers, you get really good results. Lisa, as I'm looking at that card, it either looks like smoke or it could be, yeah, it looks like smoke to me, but I'm also reminded of a dandelion clock. You know when the dandelions go over and they have those seeds? So when you go out and you see a dandelion with all of those seeds, and I know what plans you're hoping for this year because we spoke about them earlier, I want you to blow that dandelion clock and watch all the seeds flutter away to take root and grow what we were talking about the other month, I think it was now. So transcendence, rise high, and I just see great things for that business that we talked about. I'm going to leave that
Well,
to you now, Cara.
thank you. Well, it has the patience card. So we're in between worlds where you are with your balloon and you're waiting, and there's just this little space, but you're waiting for this to come through. And the green moon is it's actually the corn moon. And it's a beautiful moon, but again, it's a patience moon. It's about like enjoying the journey. Like you have something, I don't know what it is, but it does sound like it's going to be something lovely. And you're already having lovely things happen along the way, waiting for this, right? And so, it's about learning patience and, slowing down and just taking your time, allowing things happen and to trust love, trust the universe. Um, and there's a mantra you can use that says, I take my time and enjoy the journey. This is just another affirmation that it's coming, and just to kind of have patience with yourself, have patience with, love, and just know that it is coming. It's just like a little season, and we're just going to enjoy the time that we have together. It's almost like it's jovial. It's like this little balloon, like a little treat. You've got little things along the way to enjoy until you get to here.
To the new doorway for you to walk through, Lisa. So I see Lisa's talking to Jewel. Do I know Jewel? You're next for a card. Do I know you? I have a feeling I do. But of course, people have different names on these platforms, don't they? Right, Jewel, Jul. I'm going to get you to breathe on the cards. This is how I get people to imprint their energy when they're not directly in my house for a reading. What does Jewel need to know? Overcoming the unexpected.
Hmm.
Feel Reiki tea. Okay. All right, Jewel. I can't put a face to you, but we've obviously got quite a close connection because I do all my lessons one-on-one. Jewel, healing is coming, but also I am getting a thing that you need to shed, do a cleansing, take that skin off that you've outgrown, and grow with it. Also, that snake is wrapped around, and a lot of people might go, "Oh my gosh," you can slither out of it. It's coiling around like it does with Asclepius, the Greek god of healing who had serpents in his temples. He had a snake coiling up the club. So I would say to you, find some different routes. If something is constricting you, find a different route or route, as us English say, and look. Oh, if you've done Oceanic Reiki, I would perhaps connect with your dragon again. Maybe you can remember from the lessons, you can sit on dragon, you can go flying or swimming with dragon. Maybe get dragons to take you up into the air and look down on your situation, getting a different perspective. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you. I'm just going to read it again. Overcoming the unexpected. So be mutable like the water. Move around the rocks. You can't go through them, go around and find different ways. Shed that old skin. And I'm going to say elevate, transcend again. Great words for now, aren't they?
Well, again, it's a full moon. These are all full moon cards, guys. This is awesome. It's the beaver moon. It's the creation moon. And so, so the picture that we have are blueprints, plans, right? And then there's a face, an ethereal face with a full moon here. So it's creating, right? Like we are, and there's a figure looking out from these plans into this creation, right? And so I love this for you, especially with like what you just got pulled. But let's just see if there's anything that can pop out to you when I just read a little bit about it. So it's the creation moon, right? The beaver moon is what they call it. You can create your own destiny. It's about being industrious, like write the blueprint. We're blueprinting your life, right? And everything on earth creates, like we all create, every single one of us, right? And you should welcome the process of creation. You're saving money and time, and having a reserve and things like that. But there's because you need to have like substance to build, and I think that's what it's called saying right now. But it says, "I am a mighty creator, and it's my birthright to create." So I don't know if you've got something cooking, But I love this face. It's almost like the face of love or God itself or the spirit in general, kind of almost blessing this. Like it's everything's coming from this. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, and I love how she's just observing what's happening and she's already blueprinted what she wants. She's just kind of like, I don't know. I love this card. It's
The mouth turns up in a
smile. Yeah, yeah. Like it knows. Yeah. I love that. Hmm.
W. RW. Here you go. Take a breathe on the deck.
Angel.
You're going to have to message me with your real name so I can put a face to you. Okay, what does RW need at this time? At the Scorpio full moon realization. Here we have this for us again. Lots of hands. We have a, what is that moon phase? That would be a growing moon. So a realization probably over the next couple of weeks. Be open to things. Don't close those hands off in the middle. You know, be open to receive, digest that information, and then let go of what you need to. But probably some realizations coming. I'm feeling a lot of energy in my solar plexus. So I don't want to say you might get a kick in the stomach, but it might sort of set the adrenaline running a little bit. I'd be interested to see what card Kara pulls in conjunction with RW. Okay, be prepared. Again, think outside the box. You know, things are not just black or white. There's lots of grey hues in between. 50 Shades of Grey. There we go. I said it. Not that I've read it, but anyway. But it's not just black and white. There is middle ground, and there's always a way around something. So what is Kara going to pull in conjunction with this beautiful, beautiful card here?
Really, a card pops out, but we're gonna, oh, will. Like your willpower, right? Every phase of the moon, you have to have willpower. And this, again, see that crescent over on hers? Again, it's a crescent right there. It's a fulfilling moon. And so if you look really hard, all this power, all this energy is coming from the throat chakra. So it's like your power, your will, right? And so I absolutely love this card because you've got two very distinct worlds. So like the dress is actually the dark and then the curtains is the light. And you've got the fulfillment moon, which is very cool that it co-aligned with Sarah's. But let me pull this up really quick. It's like number 13 if that speaks to you because I'm a numbers person too. But yeah, it's about making decisions, right? Using that voice, making decisions, having authority. Um, you know, you're in control with your decisions. You know, there's passion there, free will, to focus on yourself and avoiding other people kind of taking that power away from you. You know, you've there's a affirmation here that says, "I have the will to make the changes I need." But if you are, I think her name is Rachel. Rachel, if you are trying to fulfill something, taking that power, really speaking it into existence, um, pulling from maybe the will, like the if I'm not mistaken, the solar plexus are kind of our will. It's our gumption. If not, if I'm wrong, okay, good. Yeah. So this is very much aligned with that. So we're fulfilling your gumption, like your will, with our words. So whether it's written down or you're saying it out loud, this is a really great card to, again, with the card that we pulled for the collective, the rebirth. This is a great card with Sarah's and yours to kind of reaffirm you have the power to create, you have the power to accept, digest, and then let go. Mhm.
I got your message. I know exactly who you are, my darling. Okay, next on the list is Aditi. I'm just going to scroll up. So I'm just going to knock the energy. This is a good way to cleanse your cards between readings, knocking them as well. You can smoke them. You can put them on a nice selenite dish. But if you haven't got anything to hand, just knock them. Okay, Aditi. And I think, is Aditi in India? Someone is in India.
So
Ah, a wonderful place. One day I will get there. I'll have to go and see my sitar guru one day. Okay, so what does Aditi need? Aditi, you need some unity. Okay? Either you need some unity or you need to help others get to unity. We have this beautiful picture of Monument Valley in America. This is where I want to sit on a horse and pretend to be John Wayne riding through Monument Valley. But unity, I mean, this person is standing alone, but these rocks are over here. You know, if it could just move over a little bit, or if that could move that way, we would have unity. So what I say to you, if you are at loggerheads, and in England, that means if you are butting heads with someone else, you know, perhaps step back and give a little bit. We've all got to give and bend and meet in the middle, but a bit of unity for you. So maybe those are the blessings to ask for at this full moon, to receive unity for whatever or whoever you are wishing to move closer to.
I love that.
And India's had a bit of a troubled week, and it seems like hopefully those tempers are simmering and everyone can unite together for peace. Okay, I know there's a lot of history in that area from partition. I do understand it because I study a lot of culture and history. So let's just send love out to our foes, you know, the people we don't get along with so great, and create some unity for world peace. But for you,
Mm.
a bit of unity coming your way. Again, these are interesting to work together. I can't wait to see what Kara pulls out.
Well, it's the surrender card. It's absolutely
Wow.
divine. I know, right? It's absolutely divine. And she's in such, they're in such a beautiful state of tranquility and just allowing that. It's almost like they're covered in this beautiful sacred veil and they're just allowing the surrendering. It doesn't mean to give up though. This isn't about surrendering, about giving up. This is just about letting go of what you no longer need and stop, if we are sometimes stubborn about holding on to things, which I am the first in that line, that we do not need. It's about letting that go, whether it's like aspects in our life, people, or behaviors even maybe that don't align. It's about not struggling anymore, maybe even internally, just a little bit, but um, perhaps to get to that unity. Like letting go to get to that unity. And there's a really good mantra. It says, I let go, I surrender my struggle, and allow the universe to work through me. And so unity can come inside of ourselves, from other people, or again, like just with love. Just about surrendering, finding the unity with love itself within you, unity with fellow man and the earth, maybe a walk.
And also with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe
Absolutely.
there's bits that you don't, that we've all got bits of our personality that perhaps we don't like, but learn to love those foibles because they make you you. Ari. Ari would like a card as well. Aria. Okay, Aria, blow on the deck. And what does Aria need to know today? Aria, making a decision. What are you procrastinating about, Aria? It is time to stop being that crab who walks sideways and walk forwards, make that or backwards, but make that decision. The time is right and ask for those blessings from the full moon. If you are still unsure of what decision you need to take, you can ask for the full moon to shine the light on what is best for you. In the tarot deck, the full the moon card is often seen as a negative, but I always see the moon card as a positive. Need to know. So make that decision and stop going sideways. You want to go forwards. I think Tara's just had one that's jumped out
It's
by the
just
look of it.
it's realization actually. It's a realization card. Yeah, so there's a huge keyhole, right? And you're walking through it and you're transitioning from one world to another. Like this one is more introspective. This one, there's like daylight. It's almost like breaking dawn. And I love, love, love this. It's number 3, if that's something that you speaks to you. But with self-awareness comes realization. Knowledge is key. Self-explanation or examination, sorry, is your role within the situation. And there's a mantra that says, "I have timely self-awareness and act upon my realizations." And I just love this card because it's like overwhelmingly obvious where to go. Like there's just a massive doorway in between both worlds where you've been and where you are. And this is just a lovely representation of that for you. And I love it. Mhm. Yeah.
Having any doubts about anything at the moment, doubts about yourself, doubts about what you're doing here, but you are an eternal soul. Um, so really, perhaps, perhaps think about the karma. Maybe clear some karma out of your system. We can do that with the Honsha Ze Shoten, which I'm just going to draw into you. Okay. But also, think about your actions and what you say to others as well. I am guessing you are older and wiser than many of the people you deal with. So when they annoy you, as youngsters invariably do, bite your tongue and remember you are the old soul. So impart a bit of wisdom to those younger than you or learning from you. Um, we are supposed to respect our elders, aren't we? And I know that for a lot of people on this planet, that is a bitter pill to swallow. But remember, if you are sort of 30 and upwards, you demand a bit of respect. You're still young enough to enjoy yourself, but you still demand a bit of respect. So think about the advice that you are giving out to others. And, maybe if you do need to reach out and say sorry to anyone because you were short tempered, if it's not appropriate to do that, just send love across, across the ether to them. But old souls, so work on some karma, do some clearing. Full moon is a very good time. We had that rebirth. I think what I'll do before we close down is I will do a meditation and we can all step into the fire bowl. We did that, didn't we? We can do a different we can do a different flame and we can do that before close down. So I'm going to leave that with you and Kara's message. I'm just going to go down the list again.
It's the new moon, but it's a full moon. It's beginnings moon. So it's a full moon for beginning moon. It's a new moon, but it's a full moon for beginnings. My apologies. Two, if that speaks to you. But it is obvious from the card. There's another, again, a gateway in between where you were and where you're going. And it's beautiful, intricate. Like it's almost like love took its time to build this for you, like with you. You know, you just manifested all of this beautiful, ornate work, and it's almost like it's been working for you, making this a strong foundation that you can walk through. There's no doubt, there's no fear, and you're walking into broad daylight. Like all of these flowers and this greenery, this trees, and it's in the middle of the day. It's just beautiful. It's like welcome you into a completely new space, like a fresh start. And this is again like the card that Sarah pulled very much for the collective, the beginnings, the new beginnings. This is another affirmation for that. And um this could be something where you can um put more emphasis than you have been on like your well-being and your health and like maybe meditating more or whatnot. You know, maybe that's something, but that just kind of came up. But it's there's an affirmation, it says, or a mantra that says, I accept and rejoice in renewing my new beginnings. So this is where you are and where you're going, and it looks like a lovely place to be.
Love that card. I'm going to,
Me too.
I've written it down because I want to do that. We're going to walk into that in a meditation, I think.
But
Right, now Jacopet, or my student Lamont, who I saw yesterday, is learning Egyptian Reiki with me and Oceanic. So if you are watching Lamont, breathe on the cards. If you are not watching, I will just pull it out because I know you're at work and I will send over a picture afterwards. What does Lamont need to know now? Okay, Jacopet Lamont, Inner Refuge. Okay, I know you've been doing this. I know you do this all the time, but maybe you need to have an answer for something. So take some time out if you can. And I think if you can at all tonight, maybe go out into the yard, into the garden, and sit under that moonlight. This person has a lot of energy swirling around it, as I know you do. So do your healing because he's in classes at the moment, and use this time to remove. I'm just going to turn this around a little bit. This person is actually shrouded. Okay, so if you need to cover up in front of certain people, difficult people around you, remember to cloak before you go into work or into that house or a meeting with that person. Okay, it's not quite a yashmak, but you know, or a burqa, but it, you know, I have been in Islamic countries and I have had to cover like this, and I actually quite liked it. I didn't get wolf whistled or shouted or guffawed at, you know. It's quite nice to close ourselves off sometimes. So a little bit of introspection, and I'm going to leave that with you because I know we are all a work in progress, and I will see you again on Sunday for the lowdown. But I'm just going to write this card down. I can't take a picture because my phone's on. So I'll send it to you in case you are not there. Perhaps you can let me know if you're here still. Right, okay.
it's the inner peace card. It's the peace card. Again, it's very much a meditative state, so that goes along with what Sarah was saying with her card. And it is, you're protected, you're grounded, right? Like you just got this halo of energy just circling around you, and you're just in this state of opening and receiving, right? And just being in that state of peace. and whatever comes from that. I find that the more still I am, the easier things get because it just kind of falls into place and I don't get distracted or whatnot. And again, like we're all meditators, right? We're phenomenal at tapping in, but again, this is just a reminder that it's that inner peace to protect. Again, you're protecting that right there. So
Just want to say a point on that. Cara has said we're all meditators. I'm afraid I'm not at the moment. I every 10 years or so, I just cannot meditate, journey work. So you know, put it down and do something else. The first time I couldn't meditate, I took up Tai Chi, and that filled that gap. It still gave me that peace. Now I can't meditate for myself, so I play music. You don't always have to be meditating all the time. You could be reading a book. That's a form of meditation. You could be just humming and singing. You could be painting or knitting or crocheting. It's something that gets you into a zone. It doesn't always have to be journey work, breath work, release work. Okay. So,
no, true. Very true. No, you're perfect. That was actually a great note. I appreciate your candid um, additions because they really do help. Because I do. So I've noticed that I don't like I do breath work, but I don't do it as much anymore. I actually find so much solace in just listen. Like I'll hold that singing bowl and I'll just ring it, and I automatically get into this just like you call it a zone. Yeah, for sure. And it's not, and it's nothing, it's not deep work. It's just I need that alignment, and that's how I get it. That's how I align the easiest way. So that's a really great point to make.
answer Takis kettle chips. Wolf whistling is a problem with misogyny in women. Don't need to cover up and feel closed off. Okay, I'm going back to the 90s and I'm going back to Mozambique, which had just come out of a civil war. And in the north of that country where I was traveling through at the time, I need to blend in. I don't want to be showing my shoulders in a country that does not accept that. So I happily walked a couple of paces behind the guy I was traveling with because that was expected. I respect customs in the countries I go to. So it was the 90s. Everyone was wolf whistling. Everyone was misogynistic, and we didn't pick people up on it. That's 30 years ago now, maybe even longer. So I just wanted to clarify that. Different times. Right, okay. Who's next? Alba wanted a card. So I'm just going to knock that energy out. Then we've got three others, and then we'll leave it there and do a closing down meditation. Okay, Alba, just breathe on the cards. And what does Alba need to know? Alba, you need to be manifesting, and that First Nations person is sitting in the flowers on the prairie, which is what the flower moon is named for. It is named for all those wildflowers that are out at the moment. So manifest, sow your seeds. The time is ripe for you. Okay, so and remember, when you are manifesting, you're summoning the energy from that solar plexus chakra, your power center, your confidence center. So manifest, get going. The time is ripe. We are at the quickening of the year. Beltane in the north is known as the quickening time.
This is this is the ultimate blessing because this is the Queen of the Moon. You pulled the Queen of the Moon card, which is, I don't know if this is the Empress in other ones, but it's very close to having um, that same energy. So it's, I mean, obviously the moon in its finest and fullest, right? In both, but you've got all sorts. You've got the triangle. You've got the circle of all. You have all of the zodiac signs. Every single um, phase of the moon, and I love this card because if you think back in our overall reading, like the collective reading, you got the New Beginnings card, but then you got the masculine card, the god of the male god of the moon, right? But then you have the queen as well. So it's full circle. You've got your full healthy feminine, and you've got your whole full healthy masculine. So you've got the blessings of both as you're sitting in this beautiful flower moon, and you're manifesting from that. You've got the blessings of both of the masculine and the feminine from the inside and the outside. This is just an overall beautiful card pull to have, because quite frankly, I love this for you. This makes me so very happy, because it's like full circle. It's almost like nothing that can stop you. It's just really being in that energy and allowing.
So Anastasia has, thank you, Albert, for your generous donation. Anastasia, my friend Lisa missed the opening. She wants to know what decks we are using. So Cara, what is your deck that you are using? Because I know Lisa loves decks. She's like me.
Yes, so it's the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I think this is the second one I have, and this I love so much. I've got another one that I use quite often, but this always speaks to me, and that's why I usually use it for our full moon cards. But this is mine.
And Lisa, you might have seen me using another deck by her about the elements and healing. I often use it in my classes. The deck I am using is the Desert Rite.
Pretty.
I cannot pronounce this because I'm French. Le Viete Co-Publishing. On Instagram, it's Yana Santaleaf or something. Okay. Hoi, I'm gonna give you timeout. I'm not having that on here. Remove. And now this person's going to get blocked, I'm afraid. I'm not taking any crap from people these days. If I see it, you're out. Because it ruins the vibe for everyone else. Okay. Right. So then did we finish our last person? Chasing Dawn is
Yeah.
next. Right. Okay, let's knock that energy off. Thank you, Albert. And Cara, I still need to send last month's to you.
I love you. Think of it as a gift.
Your address then. Get you something from my visa. Right, okay. So this is for Chasing Dawn. Releasing control of the future. This is so difficult. This goes back to the Reiki principles. Just for today, do not worry. Just for today, do not anger. Be kind to all living creatures. Do your work honestly and respect your teachers and elders. I should think that releasing control of the future is one of the hardest things for us to try to do, because we're always trying to, worrying about tomorrow, worrying about the future. It's really difficult to say, okay, what will be, and tomorrow's another day. But I think do some releasing now. We're going to step into a little fire in a minute, and we're going to walk through a doorway in a meditation. But if any of you are starting to worry about, oh, I don't know if I can do it, cancel, clear, and delete, and just repeat, just for today, do not worry. Just for today, do not worry. That's what gets me through. Just for this afternoon, do not worry. Just for this hour, do not worry. So release, really, you can't control it. Worrying about it is futile. It just hets us up and gets us stressed in itself. So perhaps get some Greek worry beads or something and clack them each time you worry to get rid of that energy and distract yourself.
Well, we pulled the will card. So you've got the will. Yes, for sure. And again, any phase of the moon. So from the full to the dark and back again. Like every single, it's just saying every, wherever you are in your life cycle, wherever you are, it is literally you have the will to do it. So again, this dress is actually the night. You can see that it's stars, the moon, and you've got this drapery behind her. Almost like a cloak. It's like the opposite of that. It's like the light, right? And again, you're speaking this into existence. So the will comes from the solar plexus, and you have the your dreams in your heart, and you're speaking that into existence. It's about letting all of this go, right? You have the will to do it. If you have to say, I let this go, I let this go, I trust the universe, I let this go. It always helps for me. Again, it's creating one. So whenever Sarah was reading your card, it went back to the new beginnings, and it's the new beginnings, and you're letting go, and you're allowing the future to just kind of be, and you have the will to do that. We just have to tap into that for you, and I know you have it. So there you
Straight,
go.
pretty rough around the neck. I'm just looking down at the comments here. Ah, Anazia from Greece. My love to you out there in my favorite place. I'll be returning next year. Yeshuri Christu from Kerala. I think that is in India, and I think I know where that is. Are you at the sacred steps? Ghost watching there. Is that where you are in Kerala? Is that near Calcutta where those famous steps are? My aunt saw her mother there when she visited. So, very spiritual place. I think that's where all the sort of yogis are drinking out of skulls and near Calcutta, but I might be wrong. Kerala is also where Yogananda came from and brought yoga to the West. Yeah, if something of a yogi, if I can't remember the name of the book by Yogananda Paramahansa, I probably butchered the name. Amazing book to read. All of his books are amazing, and I think he had a yoga retreat in Kerala.
Love
Okay,
that.
right. Who's next? We have two more to get through. Now, Rosa Josephine asked about her health. So I'm going to scan Rosa Josephine and reach my spidey senses out. Her mental health. Okay, and I can feel a lot of energy at that third eye. I'm actually going to pull a tarot card for this person. But if your mental health is suffering, if if people are schizophrenic with mental health, then meditation with journey work and spirit guides are not for them. We are trying to stop voices in the head rather than open them up. If it is depression, the card I have pulled for you is the Ten of Wands. Very burdened down by this depression. However, the Ten of Wands then goes to number one and the journey starts again. So you should get a bit of release soon. I hope you are getting some treatment and some support. Okay. Let's see if she answers that. Okay. If she's still here and she answers, if it is schizophrenia or something, where you're hearing voices, please go and get some help. And if they give you medication, take it. For goodness sake, we need to stabilize people with medication sometimes. Medication is not a dirty word. Reiki and healing actually make medication work better. They have done group tests in hospital facilities and they have worked this out. The people with the medication and the people doing the energy healing together get the best results. Okay, so very burdened. So I just think I'm going to just clear around her head, back of the neck as well. Just lengthen your neck so that you have a little stretch. Ah, brilliant, Cara, the bowl. Perfect. I'm going to let Cara do the bowl while I just do a little bit of Reiki on Rosa Josephine. Yeah. One last person. Greg. Who is Greg? I didn't write his second name down. Okay. Greg, if you are still here, blow on the cards. Right. Rosa Josephine, clear your third eye and shut it down a little bit. Okay. Ask your guides to shut it down so that you can cope. Okay. Because sometimes it's too open, sometimes there's too much. Okay. And our chakras, we're never ever closing them totally. They've always got to be open a little bit, otherwise we wouldn't be alive. But just, use some hematite. So we have the amethyst. I don't know where my hematite is, but using that amethyst, carrying it with you, but also something like labradorite, it comes in yellows, purples, but that is a journey stone. That is good for protection as well. But I would actually use even a normal grey stone, just to calm down that third eye. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find it now. Something like that. That is a piece of grey or black agate, and that just holding it and calming that third eye down. Also, stop looking at your phone before you go to bed. Maybe have half an hour reading a book or something. All of these lights and this action on our phone, our minds can't switch off. Okay. Right, Greg. Oh, I pulled you a card. It's right here. Soul Speak. Listen to your soul. Listen to your soul and do what it is you're being told to do. If you want to get on that boat and go to India, have that as an end goal, save your money and go. Life is for living, and you need to do what your soul wants you to do. I was talking about meditation earlier, how I can't do it. My soul just wants me to play musical instruments. So that's all I'm doing at the moment. I've stopped going to meditation groups locally. I'm not interested anymore. I'm really interested in helping people, but I'm not really interested in elevating myself at the moment. I'm having a break for it. So have a break and do what your soul tells you. You have all these flowers and beautiful things around you. So tap into them, and to hell with what anyone else wants to put you down with. It's not their life. You got to live your life for you, most importantly.
Well, this is the pleasure card, so it goes right along with what you're saying. It's about tapping into that freedom within. You've got this universe of just absolute magic and miracles and energy coming from inside of you. So it's about following what you love. It's about doing what makes you happy. And again, as Sarah said, to hell with whoever, whatever tries to stop you, because it's literally, again, it's a beautiful reminder. Life's about living, and it's just the new beginning card at the beginning, and then Sarah's card and this pleasure card, it is absolutely reminding you to do what you love and to let go of everything else. So
So we're just going to ground and protect again. I know Cara did it at the beginning, but that's it. Just put it down. Don't hold it up for ages. Your arm will be aching in a little bit. Just when we get to that spot, 'cause it's such a gorgeous card. Okay, so everybody take a breath in, and I want you to imagine that you are standing somewhere on the prairie, and it is evening. The full moon is rising, this full flower moon, illuminating the landscape around you. I want you to start walking in whatever direction you feel called to walk with. I'm just going to protect you as you walk. And if you've had a message, you can think about that message. But we're all going to have a cleansing. As you're walking, you can see flames licking the sky, beautiful white flames. And as you get nearer and nearer, there is a huge copper fire bowl with attendants around it, your guides, your individual guides. And when you get there, your guide will greet you. Now, don't worry if you can't see the guide, just trust that they are there. And your guide asks you if you are ready to step into the white flame of ascension. If you say yes, then your guide is going to help you step into that now. Feeling those flames and that tingling rise all the way up through the soles of your feet and up your legs, through and around your hips, encompassing every cell in your body, cleansing, clearing, ascending you higher and higher to where you want to be. The flames lick up your chest all through the chakras and out of the top of your head, also expanding to encompass those chakras that are outside your body, the two below your feet, the one behind your head, and the two above you. Now, as you stand within this fire, I want you to say out loud, if possible, if not, just say it in your heart. What is it you wish to ascend from? What is holding you back? It could be something like impatience. It could be anger. It could be doubt. Throw a couple of things out to make space for the new. This is the fire Koshi chimes you hear around you. And now, as that takes hold through your mind, your body, your emotions, each biosphere of your body, and we have 4 of them, as well as the auric layers. Now, Your guide asks you, what color flame would you like to stand in? And immediately as you think of a color, that flame changes. It might even be a color that you do not recognize. The white flame that you stood in was the ascension flame, which is held at the Temple of Luxor, and it is spread out around the world to be used. Feel the new energy of the new colored flame you stand in, and bathe and cleanse and activate in that light. Now take a couple of breaths in, and your guide now reaches a hand in, grasping your own to help you safely out of the fire bowl. Once you have both feet on the floor, your guide turns to face you and places their hands on your shoulders, reiterating that grounding and recalibrating you. The guide will accompany you to the gateway that you see in front of you, that beautiful card that Kara held up. Look at all those beautiful flowers. Is the light slightly different? But remember, the grass is always greener on the other side. But you step through that doorway now and go and lie amongst all those flowers. And I want you to smile to yourself. Feed your inner child. Make a daisy chain and put it around your head or your neck. Absorb all of that beautiful energy and look on these as your plans for the next month. The productiveness of these flowers. Once the flowers die, the seed pods take shape and then they are released, and that will be you. That will be your thoughts, your words, your actions. So make sure that the seeds that you are going to sow are friendly, nice, happy, high, vibrational, and not cussing, swearing, dissing, any of that. Cancel, clear, and delete, because you're all going to be beautiful people. Now, as you lie there, your guide gives you a gift, whatever comes into your mind first. Something big, something little, something random. If you are unsure of what that gift is for, you may ask them now. Take a breath in and out a couple of times. As I draw the master symbol, the Tibetan Dai Kumyo, to bring harmony into your life. The Chokure for abundance and power. And now I think Kara should do her beautiful sound bowl as we ground. As you lie there on the grass in your mind's eye with the moonlight shining down on you, illuminating those things you need to clear. Send those roots out of your body and down into the ground, and let the sound bowl ground you. Do you want to dong it? onto each foot. Around you and Mara. Mara. Go and get a drink of water and you eat something healthy to ground yourself after this. Cara, thank you so much for being here today. We would like to thank all of you. And I think we love this, don't we? We really do enjoy it. We're kind of fledglings at this, aren't we? You've been doing a lot on TikTok. Would you like to tell everyone where they can find you and what's going on if you're holding any events?
Sarah, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yes, it is lovely. What we do is lovely, and it's kind of started to come together. I love to see as we like the collective readings kind of complement and tell stories with the personal readings. So yes, I love it very much. And thank you for always hosting. You're such a beautiful hostess, Sarah. But you can find me on TikTok and YouTube. Of course, everyone, it's at Cara Marlene, one word at YouTube. But on TikTok, it's at Cara underscore Marlene. And I'm going to start doing more lives. And I am hoping to start a podcast as well. I'm going to have yours truly on there very soon when she is less busy with her gardening and her trips around the world. So, but that's where you can find me. I've got a website as well. But if you want to email me, it's info at caramarlene.com.
We'll be back here in 2 weeks' time. We did Dark Moon last time, didn't we? Was it dark? So why don't we actually come on the fingernail of moon? We'll come for new moon, which in my diary, Cara, that is, I think, the 27th, Tuesday the 27th. Okay, so we will put the notices out. And King Alpha Male, you have just been hidden from this channel for that comment. Even at the end, there's always a few, isn't there? One or two, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So we thank you for being such lovely people, those of you who've been wonderful. The rest won't put us off. And thank you for joining us. I still have a couple of spaces left on the Tarot Retreat in Ibiza at the end of June. So if you want to be included in that, please send me an email. My email is in the show notes of every single video. Okay, so you can always find me that way. And I would like to thank the beautiful Cara for pushing me to do these lives. I couldn't have done them without her because I
You're
was
a
still
natural.
shaking in the corner of the room. But I do, you're such a special person. I'm so glad you've come into my life. And I will speak to you later. But all of you lovely viewers, we thank you for watching and we value you all of your comments, all of your input. And as long as you guys are here to watch, we're going to come and keep doing this. But have a great 2 weeks, everybody, and we will see you at the new moon.
Bye.